The smartest and most wise people of planet Earth tend to love heavenly album covers. Here, today, right now, tonight, and tomorrow, we are going to discuss briefly the first two record albums by The Tubes. The Tubes began way in the early 1970s. I think they were from Arizona, Phoenix, somewhere over there in the desert, and they were originally called the Beans, and I think they were called the Psychedelic Beans or something like that, and the basic gist of the group took form very early on, and they morphed more and more into the group that everyone knows today. They were a house band in San Francisco for a while at Winterland, mostly other big medium-sized stadium shows, and then they hit it big with this, their first album, which features a classic, very classic album cover design. This was designed by group members Michael Cotton and Prairie Prince. Those two were, and still are, genius level artists and designers, and they put this whole thing together. And it's, I assume this is another group member's hands, Ree Styles. I think those are her hands, tearing off the cover of the album, which is part of the album cover, and you can see the black vinyl record underneath the tear in the cardboard here. Their logo is unbeatable. It's some sort of toothpaste, and it's been squeezed out of a tube, hence the name The Tubes. It's very vivid. It really pops, and it's really incredible. And you can even see the pretend shrink wrap here being clutched by this hand of the model. Let's look on the other side. Unfortunately, I don't have the inner sleeve, which has some group photo shots. This is Ree Styles again, in fitting in a tire tube here. This is also reiterating the tube motif here. There's some very simple liner notes. This album was produced by music legend Al Kooper. He spent a lot of time getting the sound right, and the sounds that are on this album are still very before their time. The group is still performing now in some form or another. They've lost a few of their members over the years, but they still slog along, and they play wherever they can, really. And let's look at the second album that came out in 1976. The first album came out the year before, and this album is called Young and Rich. It features possibly the same hands of the same model from the first album. The Tubes toothpaste logo is a little bit smaller here, and that's okay because the hand is super gigantic here, holding the Tubes credit card here, Young and Rich. It's the name of the album. It's also the name of one of the songs on the album, and this is actually embossed here. The lettering here is just embossed like a real credit card. It's a very striking cover, very well balanced, a lot of white space. This logo really pops out. And let's take a look at the group on the back here. This is the Tubes at their prime, really, or one of their primes. We've got Michael Cotton. He played synthesizers. Ree Styles, dancer and singer. Prairie Prince, really great drummer. He's played with, I think, David Bowie, other groups and people. There's Bill Spooner, very underrated extraordinary guitar player. Rick Anderson died this year, or late last year. Fee Waybill, the singer, Vince Wilneck, also played with the Grateful Dead. And there's Roger Steen, the other guitar player. They're all wearing Tubes t-shirts here that were designed by Michael Cotton and Prairie Prince. They wore these on stage. They picture caricatures of the actual person wearing the shirt. And this back cover design is pretty great. It's divided up equally between the text and the crazy nice photo up here. This album came with liner notes on the sleeve. I don't think I've even read this amount of liner note material before on any other album, but it's pretty great. They discuss every possible aspect of the album, and it's rare to have so many liner notes like that. Here are the Tubes once again, wearing their Tubes t-shirts, and they all look happy. They're ready to face the world and produce unusual music, and that is, and those are, the first two album covers by the Tubes, the Tubes, the Tubes, the Tubes, the Tubes.